Hey you guys, it's been a minute. I'm so sorry that I quite literally, up until yesterday, haven't uploaded a video. I'm sick. Since May. I worked 2 jobs over the summer, one of which was full-time. So I was essentially working pretty much every single day. But yeah, I'm back, I'm blonde, and I'm better than ever, baby. Let's get this shit on the road. First things first. I just got makeup all over the inside of this. That's good. Much better. The lighting's so bad because it's literally 9 a.m. So, welcome to today's video. I'm going to be talking about, where'd I have my phone? I'm going to be talking about the Nothing Happens Wallows tour, specifically the week-long fall, late summer, Midwest / middle of the country leg they just did. So they did 7 shows. And I went to 3 of them. It was a journey. And I was gonna vlog it, but absolutely no one is surprised that I stopped after doing 2 clips in the airport on Wednesday. So, I'm gonna walk you through that. It's gonna kind of be like a story time, but also not really because not a whole lot happened. I just went to concerts. I ate hot chip and I lied. So, I'm gonna be mostly answering questions about travel and stuff that people have asked me on Curious Cat on my Twitter. So I'm going to go ahead and look at those because those should hopefully help me like guide my story, if that makes sense. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Also, I'm sorry that I sound fucked up. It's because I'm literally so ill and from traveling for almost a week straight and eating only Wendy's and just like generally treating my body like garbage. So how much do you have to work to travel out of state for a concert? Okay, basically it just depends on how far out of state you're going, because for me, I still stayed like generally sort of in like the not necessarily the Midwest, which is like the middle of the country. And we drove more than we didn't drive. So it also just depends on how much you make like at work. So I'm a server and that typically makes more than minimum wage, like way more than minimum wage, because we get tipped. So that's like kind of a hard question because it just depends. I saved up for this trip for I think like 2 months probably. Like, not that I didn't spend any money those 2 months, but like those 2 months I focused on saving money specifically for this trip in terms of buying plane tickets and Airbnbs. So yeah, it really just depends on your job and how far it is that you're traveling. That's kind of a shitty answer, but it also depends on like what modes of transportation you're taking, if you're getting a hotel versus Airbnb, if you're splitting a cost with a bunch of people. It really just depends, but I would solidify, if you're going for about a week, to have at least $350 saved up. Okay, so sorry that wasn't really that helpful, but next question. If you could travel see wallows with anyone other than those you already have, who would it be? So for this for this trip, I went with, it varied. We had a cast of characters cycling in and out of these shows. So it started out with Ashley, Peyton, and I on Wednesday going to Nashville on plane, picking up Audrey, who you met in the Minneapolis and Mopop vlogs, and going to the Nashville show that night. We stayed in an Airbnb together, and then the next day all 4 of us came back to where Ashley, Peyton, and I all live, and we hung out. Audrey stayed with me for Thursday night and then all day Friday, and then Saturday we went to Columbus with Gracie in our car. And when we met and then when we got to Columbus, Mary Beth was there waiting for us, and we met some other people there too. And then the following week, on Wednesday, it was just Ashley, Payne, and I going to Kansas City, but there we met up with Amanda and Melody and Megan, who we also met up with in Tennessee. So I've gone to Wallow shows with a lot of people, which is why I like going to them, because I have so many friends in so many different parts of the country that, like, I don't know, that I don't get to see were it not for like a special occasion. So aside from them, I guess, I mean, they're like my best friends, so I have to, I don't know. Olivia from at Wallows with a Z, girl, if you're watching this, I'm coming to Canada next year, period. Yeah, just like a bunch of my Twitter mutuals, I guess. Manny also, she's never seen Wallows, so I would love to see with her. Yeah, but I pretty much have seen them with everyone that I want to, because I've seen them with like all of my really close friends. Oh, my friend Carly. Next, if they're going to Florida, I'm going to all the dates. We're gonna bus. We're traveling. So, definitive answer, probably Carly, Olivia, and Manny. I forgot to mention my friends Bella and Jules, but I want to go to a show with them as well. And also, I've never actually really seen Wallows with Sam. She photographed at Mopop. But that's not really the same. So I'd like to go to an actual Wallows show with her as well. So, final answer. Do you think Wallows will have VIP for future tours? Probably, because it sells out and it makes them money. Like, to be honest, I don't know why they wouldn't. Possibly to be answered in your video, although I feel like it's a weird question, don't know how to word it. Are concerts as much fun further back in GA versus having Barricade? What really made seeing Wallows on this leg worth it for me was having VIP and knowing I could get a good spot that way, because I can't camp out or anything. I've only been Barricade at Minneapolis, and that's when Ashley got pulled out of the crowd. So in my experience, Barricade isn't that great. It's an excellent view, like, don't get me wrong, like, being that close to them was insane. Well, we were also really close for Mopop, but that was different because it wasn't like a Wallows show, so there wasn't as much like urgency to like get to the very front, so we weren't really being pushed or anything, so that was really good. I personally prefer to be in the back, even if I have VIP. We like purposely go to the back because I love to dance. I go off, I have fun, I scream, I jump, I dance, yeah, like, and I think Ashley and Peyton prefer that too. It's just there's so much pressure being up front, like physically people pushing you, like putting physical pressure on you, and just like, I don't know. I just like to be able to like listen to the music and like have a good time, and not have to worry about 1,000 people watching me jump and scream. But that's personally just me. If I could go to the front knowing that no one would be pushing and that I would still be able to dance, I would 100% take advantage of having VIP and going to the front. Like, no question. What was it like to meet Brayden after the show? Like, what did you say to him? Okay, so Nashville, so my first night, we waited after the show to see if any of them would come out, because typically, at least Brayden, like, I would probably say like 75-80% of the time he comes out after shows. And in Chicago, Minneapolis, they didn't. They just like left. And we were so tired we didn't really care. And I also broke my phone, but that was a whole other issue. So I'd never waited out for them after a show before. But this time we were like, okay, like, it's fine. We'll wait until like midnight. And the show ended, I think, around like 10:30, 10-ish. I don't really know. I have no concept of time. It's all blur to me. But we waited until like 11:50, and then he came outside. We were like, what you know? So he came out. He not mobbed the 14, like the like 14 to 16-year-olds that were there and like rushed him were generally pretty respectful, in my opinion. They just kind of stood there, like, asked him questions, asked very politely for pictures, and then they were like, thank you so much for coming out and like talking to us, like, it's so nice. And he was like, I honestly have nothing better to be doing, like, I don't really care, like, this is fun. So we kind of like hung back and waited for him to like talk to them and for them to get their pictures. And then he kind of made his way over to us, and then Peyton started the conversation. She was like, we have tattoos, whose handwriting are these? It ends up not being any of the members of Wallows. It's the guy that did the art directing for the album. And Peyton goes, oh, period. And then we just kind of talked. So Peyton just said that, and that conversation happened, and I was standing right there, and he goes, we've met before, haven't we? And I said, I was like, aha, yeah, actually we've met twice. And I told him like where I'd met him before and how in Minneapolis he didn't recognize me because I'm stupid. I don't know why I feel the need to constantly harass him. And I like need to be locked up. Like, I'm so embarrassing. I don't know how to talk to people. I get so nervous, but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And then I told him we were at Mopop, and he was like, oh yeah, like that was so sick. And I was like, yeah, bro, it was. And then I asked him what his favorite song off of Lizzo's album was, and he said Juice. And I was like, yeah, like I really loved her set at Mopop. I threw up during it. If you were asking this question as in like wanting advice as to what to say to them if you meet them, don't do what I do. You're coming to the wrong girl. I have no idea. I do not know how to talk to people. I didn't have friends as a child, so my socialization's like way off. But yeah. He like wasn't weird about it or anything. He was like laughing, and we were just like having a good time or whatever. What was it like to meet him? It was good. It was nice. He's a good person. He's funny. He's easy to talk to. A little too easy to talk to in my experience. But yeah, he's very chill, very welcoming. Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a good dude. Any moments that made your blood boil? No. And nothing's really that serious, so no. I was just chilling the whole time, pretty much. Best moment from your trip? Probably just seeing all my friends. I had a really good time with all of them. Like, getting to dance with Mary Beth and Audrey in the Columbus show was so amazing. I love them so much. Literally best friends in the world. Also loved moshing with Brayden's mom to Scrawny. That was really fun. Was not expecting that. But it was fun. We were sat like right behind, well not sat, we were standing like right behind pretty much, I think it was both Dylan and Brayden's whole families. We were up on the balcony for Columbus, and we didn't even realize they were there until like halfway through Remo's set, and we were like, oh shit. And then the last song that they do before they do their encore is Scrawny, and that's not really a middle-aged like white person song. In my opinion, like that's not really a song I would peg to be a hit amongst moms. I was dead wrong, because as soon as that song came on, his mom was bumping. She was singing and jumping and just like really having a good time. And obviously Mary Beth, Audrey, and I had been singing and jumping the whole time, and so we were really going ham during that song. And she turns around, like sees us singing, turns back around, then does a full 180, and just like she's like, Scrawny mother, and I'm like, yes queen, you sing that. Her and Mary Beth like held like Mary Beth's hands like on this, and her and it was like that. It was like really really beautiful. It was, so that might be my favorite moment, just because it was like the most unexpected and just like weird, but like fun. Like it was so cool, because like Audrey, Mary Beth, and I, like after it was over, we just kind of stared at each other and just like started laughing. But I would definitely say just like being with my friends was by far the best moment of my trip. Any moments that stick out both negatively and positively from your shows? Negatively, when someone stole my sweatshirt. That was not cool. We ended up getting me another one, which was very nice. It was very nice. I love the VIP acoustic sets. I'm pretty sure they've done Let the Sun at every single one, which they're probably sick of, but I love that song so much. It's by far, I think, my favorite Willow song of all time, just because I could write a whole thesis about why I love that song, so I'm not going to get into it, but I really love that song, so getting to hear that was really amazing as well, because they don't really do it during shows anymore. What was your favorite part of everything? Again, just like being with my friends. Like it's weird because I've never been a part, the word fandom's like gross for, not gross, it just makes me feel weird in like this situation, since I'm like almost 20 and it's a band, not necessarily like a TV show or anything. Like they're real people, so fandom feels weird, but it's the correct term. So I've never been a part of a fandom, I guess, where I've been like old enough to really be autonomous in getting to see them, I guess. Like with One Direction and 5 Seconds Summer, like my mommy had to take me. Like I couldn't just like go, you know what I mean? Like it was always someone else's decision. And I was also like 12 to 15, 16 by the time I was like seeing them. So that's a very different age slash mindset as being 19 or 18 or 20, and not only like getting into the music and like understanding the lyrics and having a better respect or just like recognition, I guess, for the lyrics and for the music, but also getting to make, I think, a lot more meaningful connections like with people that also like the band, because we don't just like the band because the people are cute, which wasn't a bad thing with 5 Seconds Summer, One Direction. Like, that was obviously like a major selling point for me as a 12-year-old girl, but that's like not the reason that people get into indie bands, I guess. I mean, sometimes it is. I mean, I don't really know. But we're all basically here because we like the music and because we like them as people, and that just it just lends itself really nicely for making a lot of really amazing friendships, especially since the people that like the band are generally among the older age group, or at least obviously my friends are among the older age group because I'm older. So that also lends itself to having less superficial relationships because we're old as shit and we don't have time for that anymore. So definitely my favorite part of everything is just my friends. Would you ever tour by yourself? Hell no. Hell no. Not even just for like recreation. Like, it wouldn't be as fun. It also is unsafe. No fucking way. In Minneapolis, no, in Kansas City, we were threatened on the street, so that was really cool. This guy was like, move, I'm mad. He didn't spit on us, but he was like, move, I'm mad. I'm gonna kill you, was basically what he said, was basically the, you know, the general vibe of the conversation. And then after that show, someone came up to us and like started sitting with us, and he like grabbed Amanda and just like started sitting and like trying to talk to us, so that was fucking terrifying. So not even just the fact that it would be fucking boring and I would go crazy and it'd be way more expensive, I also it would be incredibly unsafe. So I would not do that. I do not recommend that anyone does that. So yeah, honest to God, it's so much easier to travel than you think. Just do your research, get Airbnbs, fly as early as possible, and yeah, drive if you can. I'm gonna get emo here for a second. This band is just like really special to me, not to like blow smoke up their ass or anything, but they are genuinely some of the nicest and most talented people I've ever met. Obviously there's something to be said about the fact that I'm always approaching them as a fan, and they know that. So it is wise typically to take celebrities' interactions with you with a grain of salt, because they're celebrities and that's their job. But I can't imagine that they're just that good at being fake nice, especially since they don't really have like that much fame, you know what I mean? Dylan's a different story. We don't need to talk about that.
I was only saying that Dylan's a different story because he has like more brand name face recognition, not because he's like not genuinely nice like the other two. I just want to make sure that was clear because that kind of seemed confusing. But yeah, they're all the same amount of nice.
But especially like Cole and Brayden, like they don't really have that much fame to necessarily warrant a fake personality, if that makes sense. Like they're not One Direction. Like they don't really have any need for media training or anything. Like, I just genuinely think that they're nice people. They mean what they say and they say what they mean is kind of what I'm trying to get at. And they've just proven a lot that they're not terrible people. Like, they did the fundraisers on the last 2 shows for women and children's shelters in Tulsa and Kansas City, which was so nice of them. Literally made me cry. And I don't know, it's just really refreshing because there's a lot of men in powerful positions, especially in the music industry, that are just like kind of garbage and treat women like shit. And they just consistently prove time and time again that they don't treat women like shit, or anyone like shit, honestly, and are just really nice people that treat the people that support them and like them with the utmost respect. I feel very, very fortunate and very lucky to get to be able to talk about like this fact that I fucking saw them on tour 3 times in 1 week. Like, that's insane. I know how lucky I am that I'm like in a position where I can afford it, and where like I have the sort of means, not just financially, but with people I care about. And like my mom, obviously I'm 19, but I still live on her roof, and she like lets me do it, and she trusts me. So that's really, 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 really lucky of me, and I recognize that, and I'm very grateful. But again, like, I worked for it myself. No one else helped me pay for it. And yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. I've been talking for about 45 minutes, so that's really good. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are new here, hi, I'm Claire. I don't even know if I fucking said that, but what's up? If you're new, feel free to like and subscribe. Leave some comments down below with any other questions you might have, and I will do my best to answer them. Or you can ask me them on Twitter at StaySofts. Or for the hell of it, if you really fucking want to, go ahead and DM me on Instagram at claire.cray. I will probably answer your questions because I have nothing better to be doing. So yeah, have a great day, you guys. Thank you for watching. Again, I'm very sorry that I disappeared for 3 months. That was really uncool of me. And I will hopefully see you guys with another video sometime in the near future. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.